body bags were horror lies.
Who is this irresistible creature who has an insatiable love for the dead?
Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, so for those of you who don't know or even care, for some reason YouTube locked me out of the Body Bags channel. I couldn't upload, couldn't even get on the bloody thing. I was just getting onto JP's empty account, so thank you Matthew for filling in for me. And yeah, IFC week. I didn't know what the hell that was. Then I found out. And on the list of films, that many of which I have not seen, I found this little gem called Doghouse. I love Doghouse. I've seen it so many times. Didn't know that it was in this list, so I was really happy when I saw it. For those of you who don't know Doghouse, it is a British horror comedy splatter film. Danny Dyer. I think I don't need to say anything else for you British people. Danny Dyer. I'm not a big fan of Danny Dyer, but I have become a big fan of Danny Dyer, largely in part to this film. It came out in 2009, and I don't know why it's kind of flown under the radar. If you're a fan of a lot of the people in these films, like Noel Clarke's in this film, he did Adulthood. There's a few other people, I don't remember their names, but if you watch British TV, you will recognise a lot of these actors and actresses in it. It's quite nice, actually. Yeah, the basic plot of Doghouse is a bunch of guys. Danny Dyer's kind of the unofficial leader, Noel Clarke's in it, other people I can't remember their names. They basically meet up at a pub and they're going on a lads' weekend. They're all kind of got different situations in their life. Recaps all this in the first sort of 5 to 10 minutes. And they're basically going off to this very, very small little village in the middle of nowhere, where I'm pretty sure it's Noel Clarke's, I think it's named Mickey in the film. His nan lives there, and he's like, yeah, we can go to my nan's house. It's this really awesome little village. There'll be loads of girls there. You know, she's away as well, so we can have her house. So they get in a little minibus and they bugger off to this little, I can't remember what it's called. It's something like Maudley or something like that. And yeah, so they go off and they're ready to start their weekend. They get there and he's like, wow, I remember this place being a lot bigger, and it's just got a post office and some houses and a church. There's nothing there. There's no women, there's no people, there's nothing. So they're a bit pissed off when they get there, and they're like, oh, you're a fucking mug and all this. Now, one thing you're going to watch this film for is a dialogue. It's not so much the story, even though the effects are okay and the story's hilarious. It's the dialogue between these people. It's amazingly funny. It's so funny. I don't want to give too many quotes away because you just got to watch it. So when they get there, they're pissed off. No weekend really. Now they want to go back, and they start realising that it's kind of empty even for a small village. There's no one there. Then they start to come across the women. Now what's happened is there is a biochemical agent that has effectively turned the women into violent psychopathic cannibals. And there's kind of a stereotype. There's like this big goth woman who swings a sword, who runs the local witchcraft shop. There's a schoolgirl and a bride, and I think the woman that runs the hair salon is probably my favourite because she's got these scissors and they all walk like this coming towards you. It's just freaking. They've all got their own little weapon and they're just horrific looking. And now the boys realise pretty quickly that there is something very wrong. They come across some army guys who have basically been sent in to tackle the problem covertly, and they fucked up and they got taken over, and now the boys are enlisted to kind of help battle this crisis. It's hilarious. If you like things like Lesbian Vampire Killers and Shaun of the Dead, it's an unnatural situation with a very British reaction. I love films like that because it's not Hollywood, you know. It's like, what would you do if you were dropped into a little village and there were cannibal women, you know? If it was Hollywood, they'd probably have some random AK laying around and there'd be one guy that's like buff and he took his shirt off for no reason. It's like, yeah, and then this girl that's supposed to be ugly but isn't would be like, oh yeah, you're just such a maverick, yeah, I hate you too, bitch, and then we love each other at the end. All this shit. No, they get in there and they're like, what the fuck? Just fucking run! Brilliant, love it. So yeah, the rest of the film is them running around this little village, sort of trying to pick them off one by one whilst trying not to be picked off one by one themselves. You know, the rapport with the soldier, I don't remember his name, but once again, you'll recognise his face, is brilliant because they're all trying to figure out ways of taking these things out, even though they're trying They don't want to kill women. They're like, oh no, but they're people. But yeah, but they're going to try and fucking kill you. Wonderful. And I think my favourite part of the whole movie is is when they're trying to make a distraction. They trap themselves in a shop. They're trying to figure out how to make weapons out of. I think one gets trapped in a toy shop, the other one gets trapped in like one with just fabric. They've got fuck all to do. So they make a distraction by dressing up as women because these cannibals are attacking just men. And they think, well, if we dress up like women, maybe we can get past them. So the soldier goes up to the window and just does this weird little dance to make them follow him. It's the best part of the whole film, and then they sneak out wearing skirts. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah, it's pretty cheap, this DVD. I don't own it. I think because I saw it so many times, I never thought to buy it, but I will buy it. You probably get it for like £4, something like that. I think my favourite quote in this film is when they're pissing off Mickey because it was technically his fault, and he just says something like, oh, fuck off, you fucking monkey's arse ring. Brilliant. I don't need to say anymore. Yeah, it's got pretty mixed reviews. Critical reception's pretty 50-50. I think it's one of those things you either love it or you hate it, because you either think it's completely stupid and unrealistic and oh blah blah blah, or you just think that's wonderful. If that situation happened, these guys would be the best people to send in there. It's wonderful. It does get a little bit better in the sense of these cannibal women, they are in a state of changing. So they find out once they think they've got things under control that they're only in phase 1 and they're going to go into phase 2, which means they get fast and more intelligent and they get even more horrific looking. So that's pretty good because it carries the film on and heightens it rather than it just being, well, this is what they are and that's what you're going to get for the next 90 minutes. No, it changes and the threat becomes even higher, so everything they've been doing so far, they need to step their game up. It's a very interesting watch, very enjoyable watch. I highly recommend this film. If you don't like Danny Dyer, don't let that put you off, because you know what, some people don't like Danny Dyer, but you've got to admit he's got some comedic timing and his dialogue in general is delivered brilliantly. I can't speak for EastEnders, but he's good in that too. Okay, I'm going to end it there, and I don't know what we're doing next week. Glad to be back, so I'll see you guys next week.